Hey everyone, Ryan Grant here and welcome back to the YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to be going over with you guys how eating like shit will get you huge, and I'm assuming you're a beginner because that is who I tailor my videos to. If you're a skinny guy who, you're trying to bulk and gain muscle, this is the perfect video for you. And yeah, I don't really want to do any more waffling, so without further ado, let's get into the video. So you must be, if you're a beginner online, I'm assuming that you've been researching how to do things, which I'm assuming, if you're not already subscribed, you've done that and you've come across my video, and thank you very much for clicking on it. I really appreciate you, and I'll make your time worthwhile. Um, so yeah, you're looking at all these videos and you may be seeing these gurus online telling you have to eat clean, and you've got to eat clean to get big, you've got to eat clean to feed your body the right nutrients in order to recover properly and grow muscle efficiently, so you've got energy for your training sessions in your day-to-day life. Don't get me wrong, that is completely true. However, if you're eating clean 24/7 as a beginner, as someone who's just got into the gym, or someone who's been inconsistent and you just can't seem to get consistent, then eating purely clean foods is not sustainable. And I'm assuming if you watch these gurus online, when they say, when they say you've got to be eating clean food, they're also going to say the opposite. They're also going to say you've got to stay away from the shit food. However, that is something that, in my personal opinion, that you shouldn't do. However, I'm not trying to say, you've got to eat like shit all the time, or I'm not saying you can, you may not want to, but I'm not saying you can, because in that case, then you will get fat. However, I'm saying that you can't drop it out of your diet completely, because you've got to build up this consistency as a beginner, because when you're in the beginning stages of anything you do, you're building the foundational layers so you can ensure long-term success. And if you try and do the stuff that you will be doing in the long term, for example, you'll be eating so clean if you're still into the gym in 5 years. If you try and do that now, you simply won't be able to do it because you haven't built the foundational layers. And as a matter of fact, you are building those layers right now. So in my opinion, you have to be keeping the shit foods in your diet if you want to stay consistent, and if you eventually want to get to a point where you actually want to eat clean foods all the time, right? Personally, I'm just over 4 years into my gym journey, let's say, um, and it took me just over 3.5 years for me to actually want to eat clean all the time, right? It took me 3.5 years to be, I didn't really care if I wasn't eating shit foods anymore, I still had cravings for pizzas, burgers. To be honest with you, I still do. However, it's not the end of the world if I don't have one. But before then, I would just go and get one. I'd just go and get pizza, or I'd have a burger, you know. Um, it takes time to build up these habits of eating clean all the time. So if you try and do it as a beginner, it's simply not sustainable for you, my friend. So when these gurus are telling you to eat clean 100% of the time and cut all the shit foods out for the rest of your life, that is not what you want to be doing. Don't get me wrong, you want to be eating the majority of your diet, you want to be having clean foods. However, keeping the shit foods and the junk food and the pleasurable food in your diet is just as important for consistency in the long term. Now, in order to drive this point home, I just want to basically explain to you guys something called the law of diminishing returns. I won't go into, the economical definition because it is an economic term. However, just to keep it simple for you guys, it basically just means the more you do something or the more you use something, the less value you get from it. I'll make it sound easy for you guys, all right? So in terms of work, all right, your job, if you have a part-time job, if you have a full-time job, if you're watching this, in this situation, it basically refers to the more hours you work, the less productive you become. Think about, so, if you do 10 hours of work flat without a break, just 10 hours straight because you had to or your boss told you to, which is absolutely stupid and illegal. Not saying anyone does that, but just for the case of the example, then the further you get into this 10-hour work block, probably around like um, probably around like 6 hours, right? If you don't have a break, then from that point on, for the last 4 hours, you're probably going to be super unproductive because your brain's going to be burnt out. You're going to be needing a break. You've probably got a headache. You feel physically shattered. You may need some food. However, in the first 2 hours of that 10-hour work block, you're going to be super productive. So that's how it basically works. If you do too much of something, then you're basically just going to be slingshotted back if that makes sense, and you're just going to be doing the complete opposite, all right? And in terms of the gym, the more hours you spend in the gym, every gym session, the less productive you're going to be. It's like if you spend, if you spend between 45 minutes to maybe an hour and a half max in the gym, then that's going to be an amazing session regardless, because you're going to be fully focused, you're not wasting your time, you're going to be training hard, you're going to have a pump all the time. However, if you were in the gym for 3 to 4 hours and you're doing the exact same thing, then it may not necessarily be as productive, because you might be talking to people, and your pump may go, and you're just going to end up getting tired towards the workout because your body's just going to need to rest. Because your body can't necessarily sustain that intensity for that period of time. So that's how that works with the gym. And in terms of diet and in terms of food, right, the more you eat clean, especially at the start, and you restrict yourself from the clean foods, the less you're going to enjoy those clean foods. Therefore, you're going to get slingshotted back to the to the junk food side, and you're just going to maybe end up in a binge eat, and you're going to completely go off the rails. And that is how people get out of routine, out of their consistent routine, and therefore they quit, right? So I'm going to put a scale up on the screen right now, and imagine imagine on this side is you eating clean 100% of the time, and on this side is you eating junk food all the time. If you go up here all the time, and if you go beyond this point of eating clean all the time, then imagine like a imagine a slingshot at the end of each thing, right? If you go beyond this, you're just going to get slinged back all the way down to here, and then you're going to be eating junk food all the time, and then you're going to immediately want to go back here, and then you're just going to be getting flung in between the 2 points, right? And another thing as well, if you're at the beginning of your your gym journey, let's say, as I said earlier, and you cut all of this stuff out straight away, then you're instantly going to increase your temptation and desire to consume it, because you've cut it out and you're restricting yourself from it, which will simultaneously increase your temptation and desire to have it. Therefore, you'll probably just end up binge eating. And this is how people, this is how people don't, they quit within a few months, whether it's with the gym, whether it's with, I don't know, any sport, or, because they do too much too soon, or they cut out too much too soon, to the point where it's no longer sustainable. So the moral of this video is that eating shit food and eating junk food has its place. Don't make the gym and diet take control of your life, all right? If you're out with your family and you want a pizza, especially if you're bulking as a skinny guy, then I'd highly suggest you get pizza, because it's very high in calories, and if you have it maybe once a week, or maybe if you have like a couple shit meals a week, it's not the end of the world. And if anything, as you're bulking as a skinny guy, it's going to help you, right? To be honest with you, I was doing that for 3 bloody years when I was bulking. I was getting Domino's takeaways. I was eating out a lot of my friends or my family. Don't restrict yourself, okay? Allow yourself to have a little bit of freedom, because that is how you build true consistency. And then once you've built those foundational layers, you'll actually have a desire to self-actualize. And that basically just means to fulfill your potential. Therefore, you will want to eat clean in the future, okay? So just don't cut out all the shit food. I mean, if you're obese and you got to lose weight to save your life, then it's a bit of a different story. But as I said to you guys, my videos are tailored towards skinny guys trying to bulk. So, yeah, every now and then, once or twice a week, you can have days where you don't eat great food, but still high in calories, so it's still going to be effective for the bulk. So, yeah, that's basically the video at the end of the video, and I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Now, if you want my personal help beyond these YouTube videos, then I'd absolutely love it if I can invite you guys into my very own free online community. It's going to be the top link in the description. It's called the SlimToSculpt Alliance, where we are currently helping over 190 members just like you bulk and gain muscle efficiently. You get access to a workout program, a framework that I've used to completely exponentialize the nature of my muscle growth and my progression in the gym, and much more. So if that sounds good to you, then I'd absolutely love to be able to help you beyond these YouTube videos and welcome you inside the community. Now, if you have enjoyed this YouTube video, then I'd really appreciate it if you could drop a like, a comment, maybe anything you found good about this video, any constructive criticism. It would all, it'd all go a long way for me, and it will help me make my videos better for you guys. And if you want to stay around, I upload videos every Tuesday, Thursday and Sunday. So to be sure that you don't miss any videos, it would mean a lot if you drop, if you click that red button down below. It would mean a lot to me. All right. So yeah, without further ado, I'll see you guys in the next one.